It's kind of crazy how much trouble a dinner can get you into, like let's say you got a friend and the other friend doesn't like the other friend, and you have dinner with them and they see it on Snapchat and they're mad about it, you know what I'm saying? Or like, for instance, like we're talking about today, Donald Trump and Kanye have clearly have met with some white nationalists, and that is making people very mad. So you got to watch those dinner people, you take your side chick out to Longhorns. There might just be repercussions, and there's repercussions in this dinner. So let's talk about why this dinner was so bad, in the eyes of so many people. And pretty much let's just get into the article and see what was going on with this dinner and why people are so mad. Love you, NGB the gang. Let's get into it. Okay, so it says GOP lawmakers condemn Trump's meeting with Kanye West and white nationalist Fuentes. Okay, so it says prominent Republican lawmakers on Monday condemned and this is Republicans that are condemning Donald Trump, it looks like, dinner last week with two men who have expressed virulently anti-Semitic views. Trump ate at his Mar-a-Lago compound. Wow, a very vital compound. I guess that's Donald's favorite place, even though it's gotten raided by the FBI. But with rapper Kanye West, now known as Ye, and far-right media figure Nick Fuentes. I haven't heard much about Nick Fuentes. I don't really know his point. So if you guys are fans of Nick Fuentes, let me know what he's all about. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a left or a right person. I'm more of a moderate. Obviously, I lean a little bit more, to the right side, a little bit more conservative, which obviously is strange because of my nice and dark chocolatey skin. I know some of y'all in the comments be hating it. Y'all be telling me all the time, but it is what it is. You feel me? So let's talk about it. Now, Ye has drawn criticism in recent weeks for a series of anti-Semitic rants. We all know that. He's been accused by former coworkers of praising Adolf Hitler. This I did not know. And over here at NGB The Game, we're not supporting that. We're not supporting that. We're very moderate over here, and we listen to all types of viewpoints, but we're not supporting Adolf around here. Now, it says Fuentes became a white supremacist activist shortly after Trump was elected president in 2016. He said in 2017 that if a tidal wave of white identity is coming, and he has cast doubt on whether the Holocaust took place. What, bro? And he has said that the era of the Jim Crow segregation and racial terrorism against black people was better for them. Oh, I gotta talk. Oh, nah. All right. So let me know what you guys think about this guy. But to me, that's crazy. Saying the Holocaust didn't exist when we literally have pictures there are literally photography pictures of the Holocaust. Saying it doesn't exist is completely insane. I think that's crazy. I think that's ugly. And I don't really like this guy right now. I'm very open to it. I'm thinking, but geez, I can't support it. He's saying Jim Crow is better for black people. So a lack of freedom is better for people. All right, if you want to make that argument, you got that. But it sounds racist. It's giving racism. You feel me? Let's just get back into it. Who is this clown? Is he a clown? Let me know, bruh. I'm not with this. Now, it says many Democrats and former Republican lawmakers, as well as conservative publications such as the Wall Street Journal, gotta love it, have already cascaded Trump for taking the meeting with Ye and Fuentes. Why is Fuentes in this meeting? Trump, who's already said he's running for president again in 2024, has denied knowing who Fuentes was prior to their dinner. I feel like that's something that's hard to believe. These high-profile people and these politicians, normally it's very difficult to get into a room with them, for one thing. And, I mean, obviously, if you have certain connections, you can kind of, sneak your way in there. But it's not very often where somebody like Trump, at that degree, that high caliber, is sitting down eating a dinner with you, and he doesn't at least kind of know who you are, or know who your husband, or know who your wife is, know who your family is. That just doesn't, that almost sounds like a scapegoat for having a meeting that you probably shouldn't have been having. Now, it says It's a quote. It says, "So I help a seriously troubled man who just happens to be black, yay, who has been decimated in his business and virtually everything else, yes, he has, and who has always been good to me by allowing his request for a meeting at Mar-a-Lago alone so I can give him very much needed advice," Trump wrote over the weekend with his social media platform, Truth Social. Trump then referred to Fuentes and another dinner guest as people he didn't know. I think I don't know, but like let me know what you guys think. I don't think Trump would have dinner at a place at his personal place without people knowing without him knowing who this person is. I'm just not really buying that. I'm not really buying Donald Trump's security or Donald Trump's team allowing Kanye to come in with people he genuinely has done zero research on. I just I mean, let me know what you guys think, but I don't think, and it's Mar-a-Lago. It's not, this isn't like a White House dinner. This isn't like a dinner like that's just out somewhere in LA or New York or something like that. No, this is at Donald Trump's home. Now it says Republicans currently in positions of political power were largely quiet about Trump's dinner on Monday. I bet they were, because it probably looked real ugly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Georgia Governor Brian Kemp, shout out to Georgia, shout out ATL. Y'all know that's where I'm at. Was the first nationally known Republican official to weigh in on the meeting. Now, he said, "I'm extremely proud that Georgia's relationship with Israel and the Jewish community has never been stronger. Racism, anti-Semitism, and denial of the Holocaust have no place in the Republican Party or this world, and are completely un-American," Kemp told a reporter for the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. So you can feel however you want about Kemp. I have my certain ways that I feel about Kemp, but I feel like he was spot on with this one. Like, obviously, no one supporting racism, anti-Semitism, and we're definitely not denying that the Holocaust existed. We love the Jewish people over here, and I'm not just saying that because I'm scared of the Jewish people, which I am scared of the Jewish people, because I do know that the Jewish people do hold very high scales of political power, and nobody really wants to talk about that. But you know, I only got 400 subscribers. You need to subscribe, you know what I'm saying? So, but I'll talk about it. But you know what I'm saying, I do understand, and I am a little scared, because you know, they will shut you down. They will shut you down the same type of way anybody will shut you down if they have power and you were talking bad about them, you know what I'm saying? So it says President Trump hosting racist anti-Semites for dinner and encourages other racist anti-Semites. I believe that too. These attitudes are immoral and should not be entertained. This is not the Republican Party. I agree and disagree to a certain degree. I think you should almost hear everyone out, not necessarily because you really want to. You're not going to want to hear what they have to say, but I feel like you should hear everyone out so you can either debate and make them feel a different type of way, possibly, or you should hear them out just in case they have something to say. Obviously, in this type of circumstance, I mean, if you're talking about the Holocaust doesn't exist, your word is almost irrelevant. Like, you're almost unintellectual, or whatever the opposite of an intellectual would be. But, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you should always be willing to hear people out. I don't believe in censorship at all. You know, so it says shortly after that, Senator Susan Collins told a reporter at the Capitol, "I condemn white supremacy and anti-Semitism. The president should never have had a meal or even a meeting with him. It sends the wrong signal for him to meet and have dinner with Fuentes," Collins elaborated in a statement to Yahoo News. It also says more Senate Republicans are expected to condemn Trump later on Monday. Like, yeah, the Republicans are going in. This is a bad look. Like, this is a bad look for them. And I can understand why they don't want to be associated with this. Now it says President Trump was wrong to give a white nationalist, an anti-Semite, and a Holocaust denier a seat at the table, and I think he should apologize for it, Pence says, and he should denounce those individuals and their hateful rhetoric without qualification. That being said, I don't believe Donald Trump is an anti-Semite. I mean, I don't think Donald Trump is an anti-Semite either, but I do think, you know, Donald Trump moves a certain type of way, and I'm not sure necessarily why he allowed this. I'm not sure why Kanye necessarily has allowed this. Like, maybe Kanye's in cahoots with, like, you know what I'm saying, people who are kind of anti-Semitic because, you know, the Jewish people came out of him, at him, you know what I'm saying, or something like that, but who knows. They said there's no bottom to the degree which he's willing to degrade himself in the country for that matter. Having dinner with those people was disgusting. And Mitt Romney came in and said that previous quote. He said also, I voted to remove him from office twice. I don't think he should be president of the United States. I don't think he should be the nominee of our party in 2024. I certainly don't want him hanging over our party like a gargoyle. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. But let's see here. We'll go to the last thing. Now it says it's unfortunate that it continuously needs to be said, but of course the man who's dedicated his career to stamping out hate and racism thinks it's a bad idea for anyone to elevate racists or anti-Semites. It says Senator Scott's vision for America is rooted in opportunity, optimism, and freedom, standing in stark contrast with the recent comments of Kanye West, or from Kanye West, and the vile rhetoric of Nick Fuentes. So I'm just going to have to keep it a stack. This is a bad look for the Republicans. Like, it's definitely not a good look for the Republicans because people are always going to associate Donald Trump with the Republican Party at this point, even though Donald Trump wasn't actually a Republican at the beginning, if you guys didn't know. Even though he had all that money, and obviously traditionally people with money are going to vote Republican. If I build up a lot of money, I'm worried about my taxes, I'm worried about my businesses, things like that. I'm obviously going to lean more Republican than I am going to lean Democrat, which is more about social issues and things like that. Whereas people who have money, things like that, they're not going to be worried about these types of social issues. But I do think this is definitely a bad look on the Republican Party. Obviously, the Republican Party is kind of trying to distance themselves from Donald Trump, which will be very interesting because he will be running for president in 2024. So it's going to be kind of interesting how this dynamic plays out. Do I think he should have ate dinner with this guy and given him a platform? I think that's really debatable. I think I would have to look into it a little bit more if this guy even deserves a discussion, because I do think there's a level where people can be extremists and they cannot feel the way that you feel and they can say crazy things, but you should still hear them out to see what they have to say, versus somebody who is just spitting straight like hate speech, and it's just something that the world doesn't need to be exposed to, I would say. So let me know what you guys think about this. Like, what do you guys think about this dinner? Do you guys think this dinner should have happened? Do you guys think Kanye was wrong for bringing Fuentes? Do you think Donald Trump honestly didn't know that Fuentes was actually about to be there, or that his team somehow had no idea who was in his house? One of his personal place. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear what you guys feel about this. But you guys have a great day. You guys be blessed, and you already know, like, comment, subscribe. Let's get this channel growing. I want to get the comments going, all that stuff. I want to really build a community where we have a place to really talk, not as Republicans, not as Democrats, but just as people, whether you white, black, all of that. You know what I'm saying? And we can really get that conversation going and get all of our intellectual minds stimulating. That's really what I want. So you guys all have a great day and be blessed.